Hello? Welcome to the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. In this video, we are going to listen to conversations during swimming class. This video is divided into two parts where the characters will talk about swimming pool basics and swimming strokes and tips. There will be a listening comprehension quiz at the end of each scene. So listen carefully and see if you get all of the questions right. Also, be sure to stay with us until the end of the video. We'll point out important words from the conversations, everyday slang, and the most common way to say things in English. Watch for these words and phrases in the subtitles. You'll find their meanings in the vocabulary section in the last part of the video. Are you excited? This should be fun. First, let's listen to a conversation between Mr. Reid and Bea as Mr. Reid discusses the swimming pool basics with Bea. Let's see how their conversation goes, and don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video. Let's dive in.
Hi there, Bea. Ready to make a splash today?
Hi, Mr. Reid. Yes, I think so. I've never really done this before, so I'm a little nervous.
That's completely normal, Bea. Everyone feels a bit like a fish out of water on their first day. But don't worry, we'll take it one stroke at a time. How about we start with some basics?
Sounds good.
Great. First things first, let's talk about the pool rules. Safety is our top priority here. So, rule number 1, always walk, don't run around the pool. The deck can get slippery, and we don't want any accidents.
Got it. No running.
Exactly. Now, rule number 2, always listen to the instructor. That's me. I'll guide you through everything, so if you're unsure or need help, just ask.
Okay, I'll make sure to pay attention.
Perfect. Rule number 3 is about pool etiquette. We always respect other swimmers' space. Sometimes the pool can get busy and we need to share the lanes. So if you're swimming with others, keep to one side of the lane.
That makes sense. I wouldn't want to bump into anyone.
Exactly. Now let's talk about your swimming outfit. You're all set with your swimsuit, which is great. You should also have a swim cap to keep your hair out of your face and goggles to protect your eyes from the chlorine.
Oh, I brought goggles. But I don't have a swim cap. Is that okay?
No problem, Bea. We can get you a swim cap from the pool office later. It'll help you a lot, especially as your hair stays dry and out of your way. It's also important to rinse off before you get in the pool. This helps keep the water clean for everyone.
I didn't know that. I'll definitely do that next time.
You're catching on quickly. Now, on to some do's and don'ts. Do take your time to get comfortable in the water. It's okay to start slow. Everyone learns at their own pace. Don't feel like you need to swim like a champion on your first day.
That's a relief. I was worried I'd have to dive right in.
No diving just yet, we'll work up to that. For now, we'll start in the shallow end where you can stand. Do keep your movements relaxed. Being tense makes floating harder. Don't panic if you feel unsteady. Just take a deep breath and focus on my instructions.
I'll try to stay calm. Deep breaths, right?
Exactly. You're doing great, Bea. Last thing, do remember to have fun. Swimming is not just about learning. It's about enjoying the water, feeling weightless, and having a bit of fun while you're at it.
I think I can do that.
That's the spirit. Now, how about we dip our toes in the water and get started? I'll be right here with you every step of the way.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's take it slow and steady. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a great swimmer. We'll start with getting comfortable in the water and then move on to some basic floating techniques.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Mr. Reid.
You're welcome, Bea. Now, let's dive in. Figuratively, of course.
Here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Mr. Reid and Bea. What should Bea do to stay safe around the pool? Bea should walk, not run, around the pool. What equipment does Bea need for swimming? Bea needs a swimsuit, a swim cap, and goggles. What should Bea do if she feels unsteady in the water? Bea should take a deep breath and focus on Mr. Reid's instructions. So, did you get all the questions correct? Let us know in the comments section. Now, let's listen to a conversation between Mr. Reid and Bea as Mr. Reid discusses the different swimming strokes and tips with Bea. Let's see how their conversation goes. And don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video. Let's begin.
Morning, Bea. Ready to dive into day 2?
Morning, Mr. Reid. I'm ready, but I'm still a bit nervous. Yesterday was a lot to take in.
That's completely normal, Bea. You did great on your first day. Today, we're going to build on that foundation. We'll talk about different swimming strokes, and I'll give you some tips to help you along the way. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Let's start with the most basic stroke, the freestyle, also known as the front crawl. It's the fastest and one of the most common strokes. For this stroke, you'll alternate your arms in a windmill motion while kicking your legs up and down. Your face should be in the water most of the time, with your head turning to the side to breathe.
That sounds a bit tricky. How do I keep from swallowing water?
Great question. The key is to turn your head just enough to get a breath, not too high. Your body should stay horizontal, like a plank of wood floating on the water. We'll practice that slowly so you can get the hang of it.
I see. So it's all about finding the right balance, right?
Exactly, Bea. Once you find your rhythm, it'll feel more natural. Now let's move on to the backstroke. This one's a bit easier for beginners because your face stays out of the water the whole time. You'll float on your back and alternate your arms in a circular motion, just like the freestyle, but on your back. Your legs will do a flutter kick, just like in freestyle.
I think I might like that one better. It sounds a bit more relaxing.
It is more relaxing, but it's also a bit harder to stay straight. A tip for backstroke is to find a point on the ceiling to focus on so you don't veer off course. Also, keep your hips up to help you stay afloat.
Got it. So I need to keep an eye on something above me and keep my hips up. I think I can do that.
You've got it, Bea. Now let's talk about the breaststroke. It's a slower, more graceful stroke, often called the frog stroke, because of the way your arms and legs move. Your arms will make a half-circle motion underwater while your legs do a frog kick, where you bend your knees and then kick out in a sweeping motion.
That sounds like it takes a lot of coordination. How do I time my breathing?
The timing is key in breaststroke. You'll want to breathe in as your head comes out of the water during the arm pull, then breathe out when your head goes back in. It's all about rhythm, like a dance in the water. We'll break it down into steps so you can practice each part separately before putting it all together.
A dance in the water. Sounds fun. I'll do my best to keep it smooth.
That's the spirit. Last but not least, let's touch on the butterfly stroke. It's the most challenging stroke because it requires a lot of strength and coordination. Your arms move together in a circular motion, like a windmill, while your legs perform a dolphin kick. Your body moves in a wave-like motion.
Wow, that sounds intense. Is it okay if I just focus on the first three for now?
Absolutely, Bea. The butterfly stroke is something we can work up to once you're comfortable with the others. For now, mastering the freestyle, backstroke, and breaststroke will give you a solid foundation.
That's a relief. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew.
No worries, Bea. One step at a time. A tip for all these strokes is to keep your body as streamlined as possible. The less resistance you create, the easier it is to move through the water. Also, don't forget to relax. Tension makes it harder to float and swim efficiently.
Streamlined and relaxed. Got it. I'll do my best to stay calm and smooth.
You're doing great already. How about we start by practicing the freestyle? We'll take it slow and focus on your breathing and arm movements. Once you feel good about that, we can try the backstroke and breaststroke.
That sounds like a good plan. I'm ready to give it a try.
Excellent. Let's get in the water and take it step by step. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a perfect swimmer. We'll get there together.
Thanks, Mr. Reid. I feel more confident already.
That's what I like to hear, Bea. Let's get swimming and make some waves today.
Before we review the key vocabulary from these conversations, here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Mr. Reid and Bea. What is the first stroke Mr. Reid teaches Bea? The first stroke Mr. Reid teaches Bea is the freestyle. How can Bea avoid swallowing water while doing the freestyle stroke? Bea can avoid swallowing water by turning her head just enough to breathe and keeping her body horizontal. Which stroke does Mr. Reid suggest Bea can focus on later? Mr. Reid suggests Bea can focus on the butterfly stroke later. So how many questions did you get right? Let us know in the comments section. Now, let's review the vocabulary from these conversations. First, we'll review some of the natural-sounding everyday phrases used by native English speakers. Watch the video again after you study the vocabulary words to learn them even better. And subscribe to see our other videos. Fish out of water. Feeling uncomfortable or out of place in a new situation. Dive right in. To start doing something immediately without hesitation. Rome wasn't built in a day. This idiom means that important work takes time and cannot be completed quickly. Veer off course. To move away from the intended direction or path. Make some waves. To achieve something noticeable or make a big impact. Now let's review other key vocabulary. Stroke. A single movement of the arms and legs in swimming. Etiquette. Proper behavior or manners. Tense. Stiff or tight, making movement difficult. Timing. The skill of doing something at the right moment. Resistance. The force that slows you down when moving through water. Were the conversations relatable? Try using these conversations with your family and friends. Thank you for watching the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. Please click the like button and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this one.